In the face of the overwhelming anger of the king of demons, the survivors pressed forward with determination, their resolve unshaken even as the evil force surged with fury. The grotesque throne, emanating an aura of dread, stood as a conduit for the king's boundless rage. As the survivors neared the seat, the entity unleashed a final burst of demonic energy. The very air seemed to pulse with, and the shadows twisted into grotesque forms that mirrored the depths of the king's wrath. The survivors, caught in the maelstrom of power, struggled against the overwhelming force that sought to crush them. The celestial-charged artifacts, though weakened, glowed with a last vestige of divine energy. The survivors, guided by the ethereal voice that whispered within their minds, channeled the remnants of hope into a final, desperate attempt to disrupt the infernal dominion. With a collective effort, they directed the purifying energy of the artifacts towards the grotesque throne, aiming to unravel the source of the king's anger. However, the king of demons, sensing the threat to its dominion, reacted with a ferocity that surpassed all expectations. With a roar reverberating through the spectral abyss, the entity unleashed a surge of power that overwhelmed the celestial-charged artifacts. The divine energy flickered and faltered in the face of the king's unbridled rage. In a tragic turn of events, the survivors, despite their valiant efforts, found themselves ensnared by the evil force. Fueled by the king's anger, the demonic minions closed in with relentless determination. As the survivors faced the overwhelming anger of the king of demons, the celestial beings, witnessing the tragic events unfold, recognized the dire need for intervention. In a transcendent moment, the ethereal voice that had guided the survivors whispered with urgency and authority. As the survivors faced their tragic demise at the hands of the enraged king of demons, the celestial beings, witnessing the unfolding catastrophe, understood the severity of the situation. With a profound sense of sorrow and urgency, they decided to send a warning, a celestial echo that would resonate through the spectral abyss and beyond. In the wake of the survivors' valiant but ultimately futile struggle, the ethereal voice, now of the hopeful tones that had guided the resistance, transformed into a resounding celestial warning. The celestial beings, recognizing the consequences of the dominion left unchecked, sought to deliver a message that transcended the boundaries of life and death, since the same would happen if left for other mortals. The warning echoed through the corridors of Hollow's End, reverberating through the spectral abyss and reaching the ears of those who remained. The malevolent force of the king of demons, momentarily satiated by the tragic victory, faltered as the celestial warning cut through the shadows. The ethereal voice spoke of a cosmic reckoning, a consequence that extended beyond the confines of Hollow's End. The celestial beings, bound by their duty to maintain balance, warned the king of demons that its unchecked evil had triggered forces that even an ancient sovereign could not control. The king of demons, perched upon the grotesque throne, received the celestial warning with a mix of arrogance and trepidation. The crimson eyes, momentarily dulled by the aftermath of the struggle, flickered with a recognition of the celestial authority that transcended the evil dominion. The king of demons, perched upon the G-throne and surrounded by the aftermath of the tragic struggle, contemplated the celestial warning that echoed through the spectral abyss. The once arrogant sovereign, now touched by a moment of uncertainty, felt the weight of cosmic consequences that transcended the boundaries of its dominion. The malevolent flames that had burned with unrestrained fury flickered, and the shadows that clung to the forsaken town seemed to quiver under the celestial authority. The king of demons, once an unchallenged sovereign of darkness, found itself at the center of a cosmic reckoning, one that demanded acknowledgement of consequences far beyond the bounds of its ancient presence. The ethereal voice, now a lingering echo in the abyss, continued to speak of the delicate balance between light and darkness. The celestial beings, guardians of cosmic equilibrium, urged the infernal sovereign to heed the warning and reconsider the path of unchecked destruction. The king of demons, torn between the primal instinct to dominate and the cosmic consequence that loomed, faced a choice that transcended the mortal and the spectral. The crimson eyes, once filled with unbridled rage, now reflected a moment of introspection, a rare occurrence for an entity steeped in the shadows of ancient malevolence. As the celestial warning lingered, the spectral abyss awaited the resolution of the cosmic struggle. In the aftermath of the celestial warning, The spectral abyss of Hollow's End seemed suspended in a fragile balance. The king of demons, once an embodiment of unyielding evil, now stood at the crossroads of choice and consequence. The crimson eyes of the infernal sovereign, touched by a moment of introspection, surveyed the haunting landscapes it had plunged into darkness. As the echoes of the celestial warning reverberated, the shadows seemed to shiver. The grotesque throne, a macabre testament to the ancient darkness that had claimed the forsaken town, exuded an air of uncertainty. The flames that once burned with unbridled fury now flickered, as if the very essence of the spectral realm responded to the cosmic resonance. The king of demons, though momentarily touched by doubt, remained a formidable force. The celestial authority had not coerced a surrender but had presented a choice, an invitation to reconsider the path of unchecked destruction. The infernal sovereign, fueled by ancient darkness, grappled with its nature and the consequences that now loomed on the cosmic horizon. The king of demons, its crimson eyes reflecting a conflict within, hovered between defiance and contemplation. The celestial authority, though unseen, carried an undeniable weight that pressed upon the infernal sovereign's ancient consciousness. With a reluctant acknowledgement of the celestial warning, the king of demons began to withdraw its oppressive influence. The throne, a symbol of ancient darkness, crumbled as the dominion loosened its grip on the spectral realm. The shadows that clung to the haunted corridors dispersed, revealing a town caught in the tentative embrace of dawn. As the spectral realm settled into an uneasy calm, the cosmic dance continued. The celestial beings, guardians of balance, watched over the delicate equilibrium between light and darkness. This is the end of Part 1, like how movies have Part 1 then have Part 2, etc. This is the end of Part 1. Hollow End. Part 2 is the rulers of hell.